Today we're going to talk about dopamine as a currency and how this is the hidden economy of the brain. And dopamine is a neurotransmitter that is used in your brain. It's actually the most important, or one of the most important chemicals in your brain. It's actually the chemical that motivates you to do anything. It's the reason why we feel pleasure, and it's the reason why we get depressed. It's the reason why we sometimes do things that we regret. So you can think of dopamine as like a currency for your brain that the brain uses to push you forward towards things that your brain deems valuable. So you can use dopamine as to your advantage, but dopamine can also destroy you. You have to identify which actions, which activities brings you forward. And I can give you an example. Short-term dopamine hits, which spikes your dopamine very quickly, very easily, will take your energy away from you because you're just shooting your energy in all different directions instead of focusing and channeling your energy towards one big goal, which is more like a long-term dopamine investment that will reinforce the actions that will move you forward towards your goals. When you eat junk food, or when you scroll through social media and look at memes all day, you get thousands of small dopamine spikes. And at some point, your brain, just like any other drug, you gain a tolerance. So you need more and more of this cheap dopamine to keep you satisfied. And also, video games. When you play video games all day long, every day, at some point, it's not even fun anymore because it does not stimulate your brain the same way it used to because you gain a tolerance. So you can think of dopamine as this currency, and the more dopamine you receive for something, the more likely you are to be doing the actions that gave you the dopamine in the first place. Just like having a job in real life. The more money you get from your job, you're more likely to work harder and choose that job instead of the other job, which pays worse. So when you get dopamine spike that gives you more dopamine, you're more likely to do that again. And that's why when you stop scrolling on social media, when you stop eating the junk food and you begin building your business, for example, going for a run, going for a hard workout, delaying gratification, then you are more likely to do these actions again tomorrow, because the dopamine release you get is, as I said, a more long-term investment where the payout will be greater and greater. And also you manage your dopamine economy better. It's like when you get rid of the impulses. Yeah, you save more of your money or dopamine for the things that actually matter. So when you go in the supermarket and you see a Snickers bar or an energy drink and you decide to buy that shit, these small impulse purchases, it's just the same as when you're scrolling on social media. It's an impulse you are acting on, and you're spending your money on all kinds of useless shit that will make you complacent, that will keep you satisfied instead of keep you hungry for more. Or you will be hungry for more, but hungry for something that is slowing you down, something which is actually destroying you. So it's very important you identify which activities will bring you forward and which activities will slow you down. So how do you identify and how do you manage your dopamine investment? You can start by thinking about what you actually enjoy deep down, not just what stimulates you, like video games and social media, junk food, alcohol, partying, all that stuff. If I took all that shit away from you, what would you enjoy doing without any vices? What would you enjoy doing? That's very important that you figure that out, because that is the thing that you should focus on. And if you just only focus on that, then you will rewire your brain. And when you start doing the actions within these meaningful projects, like making YouTube videos, making music, going for that walk, going for that workout, When you focus on that and slowly getting rid of the cheap dopamine vices, then you will begin to actually live life. Because you're not living life when you're just stimulating yourself with vices, whatever it might be. So you need to create a process that you can stick to. And the most important thing here probably is your morning routine. What's the first thing you do in the morning? It's probably going on your phone. You probably haven't even made your bed. You probably haven't even drunk a glass of water with some salt in it for your electrolytes. You probably haven't even taken a shower. Nothing. The first thing you do is probably scroll on your phone, check your notifications, taking a warm shower, something like that. Something that is pleasurable. When you delay those things in the morning, and then you, instead of doing these things, go for a morning run, taking a cold ass shower, then it actually becomes easier for you to not check your notifications as the first thing you do in the morning. Because you have replaced that dopamine with something else, something that will change your life for the better. So having a process and a morning routine is something that I will go much more in depth in future videos. But just know that this is actually the most the most important thing you can be doing to keep you away from cheap dopamine. But you have to start small and set achievable goals. And these small achievable goals will inevitably lead to bigger and bigger accomplishments. And each time you reach the milestone, you raise the bar a little. You have to cut that big mountain of tasks into small, manageable hills.